Hey guys, how are you doing? This is Mark, and of course we have
Dr. Latasha Blanton, and we are from the Real South Africa Travel and Tourism. If you are new and just now seeing this, please like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. But in the meantime, let's just get into it today. We've got a
Oh, we got time. We got
oh,
time.
okay, okay.
She
I'm
wanna
always
rush
ready
in.
to go. I'm always ready to go.
Yeah, we want to make sure we get enough people in the room. Right now we got 7 people, but we only been on 33 seconds. We'll probably get a few people on and so forth so they can find out what the latest and the greatest is with the Real South Africa.com. Y'all guys know we've been very, very active recently. So sorry if we didn't get a chance to do a live sooner. I know you guys have a lot of questions. I've been getting a lot of emails, a lot of questions about visiting South Africa as a tourist. How do you do it? You know, the whole nine, what's all included, like the whole setup, because you would think after 5 or 6 years of us doing this that it wouldn't be no mystery whatsoever. But for some odd reason, we still have a little bit of mystery, but we're going to solve it, okay? So I just want to make sure we got everything set up for you guys, for those that are wanting to come into the room to enjoy what the Real South Africa has, because some of you guys don't realize as well, because some of a lot of people are new. You need to understand we live. We are live from South Africa, and we actually live in South Africa. We've been living here full time. We hadn't got here in the last 6 months or a year or so. We've been here for roughly 6 years. For you guys who didn't know, so we know where all the bumps and the bruises are, where they happen, and the whole
how to avoid them.
And of course, how to avoid them, especially coming here as a tourist, because sometimes we do see tourists, they come here and they bump and bruise themselves as well. Because our whole goal is for you guys to have an amazing experience here in South Africa. And it's been happening more than you know. So in the meanwhile, while we're setting things up and getting you guys ready to go, we are going to just go to a commercial break, because you know what? We got our own commercials. Yeah, we got people who want to, what you call that thing? Partners, sponsor. And we're like, no, we're not interested in all that. I said, we're going to promote ourselves, because there's no one out there talking to the African diaspora when it comes to South Africa, coming here as a tourist and beyond. So we just say, we'll do our own. So check this out. Hey guys, I know you've been trying to get to South Africa, and we got the final solution for you. It's the realsouthaafrica.com. As you see, we have packages that brings you to this wonderful country. So based off what you're looking for, based off your flavor, based off how long you want to be here, you get to choose the date that you come to South Africa, because when you go to our website, you book the date. You can say how many people are coming, it'll give you a price and all of that. But does this look amazing to you? Well, if it does, you need to think about coming to South Africa and have a really good experience, and to come with a company that's going to provide all the transportation, all the accommodations, 5-star, first class, all that. That's what it should be when you come to Africa. It shouldn't be a scenario where you are trying to figure it out, because we've figured it out for you. So welcome to the Real South Africa. See you soon. So there you go. We're our own sponsors, because we like what we do. What do you think, Tasha?
I think we're good at what we do. I think we're proud of what we do, and we just want to share it with you. So if you're interested in coming to South Africa, again, visit the website, therealsouthaafrica.com. Again, pick your own package. Again, pick your own dates, and get your flights, and the Real South Africa will do the rest.
Absolutely. What's funny, because we all noticed over the last, let me say 4 years, 5 years, there's been a nice little, hey, let's look at Africa. Let's see what Africa has to offer. And we've been finding that of a lot of, especially those in the African diaspora who we kind of focus on primarily, are looking at South Africa pretty strong as well. And so again, we really appreciate that this is happening, because coming to see it for yourself, it is different than just taking somebody else's word for it, or maybe, that one African friend that you had in college that's going to tell you about the whole continent, which is impossible. So you really just need to come, obviously, see it for yourself. And so since we did that for ourselves a long time ago, we had our bumps and we had our bruises as well. But since we did that a long time ago, we just said, let's decode this thing.
Yeah.
Let's make this thing available for everyone, especially that's coming to South Africa. If you kind of, follow what we put in play, you will find that along the way that, the things that you need to see to make South Africa a place that you will want to come to is here. But again, you gotta do it yourself. But while we're having this conversation, I want you guys to understand, leave comments like this. Go ahead, put comments in it. We want to read your comments. We want to see what you have to say. And of course, if you have questions, go ahead and put them up here as well. We will try to get to all the questions because we're going to have a special guest that's going to come on in just a few minutes. But at the same time, put questions up there, because once he's checked off and he's told you his story, then we're going to stay online with you guys to try to answer some of the questions that you guys have. So we really appreciate a lot of you guys that are popping up. Like this brother right here, he's been with us for a little while, just for a little while. I think we've been about 4 years, possibly. We've been having a YouTube channel, and but yeah, so it's very, very interesting that we have been, getting a following here in South Africa. And I think simply because we do a lot of good work in the tourism space. Speaking of tourism space, the largest travel indaba in Africa.
It's coming.
Yeah, indaba is like a meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a travel meeting, and all the countries in not in South Africa.
All the countries on the continent.
All the countries on the continent are going to be showing their wares, and of course, to get the invite, you have to be, invited or significant. And of course, this will be our third year going. I think fourth year. I think 1 year we skipped.
Yeah.
Because we were busy. We had a lot of people in the country, so we just couldn't get it going. But fortunately, we're going this year, and we got invited, so we get an opportunity to talk to a lot of good people in the tourism space, to maybe even expand what we're doing here in this market and so forth. So we're very excited about that as well. And then also too, while you guys have probably noticed, do we have a large group here, Tasha, or what? What happened?
Well, we had the opportunity. I'm hoping that you guys saw, and if you haven't seen it, more information will be coming to follow. But we had the opportunity to host Phil Scott again and his group. The total of the group was right around 45, and it was lovely.
You got to include Phil and his group. So.
Total number of passengers involved was actually 51. But, of his listeners and stuff, it was right at 45, and it was amazing. A lot of good feedback, a lot of positive feedback, even from Phil, his guests. We had a really, really good time, and this group they were amazing. They really, really were a good bunch of people, and that's a risk that you take when you're working with groups. You don't know what's going to happen with the personalities, but this one worked out great, and I was really, really proud of how we were able to get that done.
Yeah, I think they were distracted with South Africa itself. They came to Joburg, and it took them about a minute and a half to get Africa acclimated, and then they was off doing great and wonderful things that we were able to show them. We had great guides, great transportation, great accommodations. Everything was, they didn't have to worry about nothing once they got here. So they were able to focus on the trip that we were providing, which was good. And then, of course, for Phil Scott and his crew, it was his third time in South Africa with us. So each time that he came with us. If it was just with his family or the group associated with the African Diaspora News Channel, he came with us. And so that tells us that obviously, we put on a good show. We get to show South Africa properly. And then, of course, South Africa always
shows out.
Yeah, it always shows
South
out.
Africa shows out. I mean,
Yeah.
Not to cut you off,
Sure.
but you talk about how the people got acclimated to South Africa, which is not very hard to do. It really only takes about half a minute, to be honest. And they loved Johannesburg, and then they had the opportunity to visit Durban.
Oh my God!
And there were so many mixed feelings, but Durban had a different vibe than Johannesburg, which we all know. We have an affinity for Durban ourselves, and it was good to hear the feedback that some people kind of preferred Durban, some people kind of preferred Joburg. It just depended on what you were trying to do. But South Africa has something for everybody, and I think that was the takeaway for me, that it has something for everyone.
Yeah, it was interesting because I had my little, it's weird because everybody's in a group, because normally we bring in private individuals. They come in onesies, twosies, foursies, eightsies, and they're kind of, they don't mind talking in front of people that they come with. But when they're with people that initially that they don't know, they're very private still. Yeah. So they'll whisper in my ear, hey Mark, man, this is amazing. I didn't think it was like this. I didn't think it was like that. I watched your videos and still I am so amazed. Thank you. So we got a lot of thank yous. So I passed a lot of that on to South Africa and South Africans, because believe it or not, a lot of us Americans don't have an idea, and there's no reason for them to Google it or look up South Africa, because it doesn't come on the radar. It really doesn't. It just doesn't. And of course we got Lazarus here. I'm counting down my days.
Oh, you know what? You are right at 30 some days out. So keep counting. We're ready.
Another repeat offender.
Yeah. This will be Laz's 4th time in South Africa and his 3rd time with the real South Africa.
Yes.
So when we get our repeat offenders, we obviously say we must be doing something right. But he trusts us, and we hope that you guys will give us the opportunity as well to come and just explore South Africa the way that he's doing. He's going someplace different this time because there's lots to do in this country.
Oh yeah. So going back to the group trip.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, because I got cut off.
No, because Lazarus caught us off. That's your fault, Laz.
Well, let me just say it like this. It was Phil's first time going to Durban.
Yes.
And of course, he's just like anyone else. First time going, he has a first impression, and then obviously he's going to continue to go. And as he continues to go, then he'll learn a little bit more about Durban as it goes on. So it was just interesting for us to know what he was going to experience, and then to watch him actually experience it and say, okay, yes. And then the good part about it is that we know that he's going to go back to his news channel, and he's going to tell everybody a little bit more about what he experienced in Johannesburg, because he continues to have more experiences as we are, setting things up for him to see and do. And then on top of that, he goes to Durban. This is his first time, and I'm sure he's going to go again and again and again and again, because it's hard not to. So if you watch his channel, he talks about South Africa a lot because it's really impactful. And let's just say it. I'm going to say it here. Here we are sitting in South Africa, live in South Africa, by the way, and knowing that, South Africa is only 30 years into democracy, and like I said, they got their issues just like every country out there. They got 300 years worth of democracy, but they're doing okay. They're doing okay for themselves. And we are very proud of what we're seeing. And I think even when Phil was watching, he was very proud as well of, what he saw. He said, man, these guys are doing the most. So I will bring you guys that content as well if you're not subscribed, because I think we have a direct link to, what he's seeing and what he's reporting back, to the larger African American and diasporan, to include the Caribbean and even those in Guyana, down there in South America, and all these different places where Black people are. He's taken a concerted effort to, get the word out. And so however we can do it, then that's what we're going to do. For some odd reason, we don't own a news channel.
No.
Like a CBS.
No. ABC,
CNN,
SABC, whatever letters you want to put together to make a news channel. The answer is no, we don't.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to just put like the comments that Phil spoke of earlier, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring on our guest, who's backstage right now. He's backstage. He's back there somewhere. We're going to bring him on, and then we're going to talk about his time here. But I think he spent 2 months here.
He was here for 2 solid months.
Yeah.
So we put that together for him too.
Absolutely. So check this out, and then we'll come back. All right, guys, we're standing here in Soweto in sunny South Africa with Phil Scott, and of course, this is his 3rd time here.
3.
Tell him about it.
Well, let me see. First time came in 2022.
Yeah.
Okay, liked it. Brought the family back 2023. All my kids, even my grandbaby came, and then I contacted Real South Africa. So you know what, I want to go, but I don't want to do nothing. I said I want y'all to do it all. So Mark took care of my family, and all of that, which is beautiful, right? So I usually don't trust my family with too many people. I just really don't. But I felt confident, trust. My wife, like Dr. Natasha, said she's good people, and say you're good people. So then now we parted again. Brought how many people this time?
43, 44, somewhere in there.
And then you had a cutoff point.
I had to,
yeah. So that's the kind of response, but it spells the reputation that they have. Understand something about me? If they did a hood rat tour, we wouldn't be talking right now. Yeah. So that's why we're still here, and we definitely don't mind doing more in the future.
Absolutely. So guys, we will see you guys in sunny South Africa. All right, I'm sure you guys have saw that. It was amazing to have him here. He gave a lot of kudos as far as how our tours are concerned, and of course, some of the things that we really appreciate is the fact that the trust.
Yeah, absolutely.
That he trusts us to do what we need to do for his family, which is obviously really important, and then of course himself, and then of course the people that we bring. So without further ado, we about to bring on this brother here. I hope he's ready, because we about to bring him out, and let's have a conversation with this brother right here. Claude, are you ready?
I'm ready. What's up, family?
All right. Tasha, talk to him. All right, Claude, thank you for taking the time out in your lovely day, because you got people walking dogs behind you.
Yeah.
So
Atlanta.
We're just gonna go, into it really quickly. You've been with us here before, but this time you stayed a couple months. So just tell the people who you are, where you're from, and what made you decide to come back and stay longer this time.
Greetings, family. My name is Claude Jacobs, aka Ifatumi B. I'm originally from the Gullah Islands in South Carolina, a place called Beaufort, South Carolina. But I've been living in Atlanta since 2001, off and on. I think it was like 2022. I saw Wadamaya's video of you in front of your house.
Yeah.
You had the Porsche out. I'm like, man, you talking? I'm like, who are these Americans living like this out in South Africa? Because I've been wanting to come there for years, I just didn't feel like I had the right vehicle. The timing wasn't right. But when I saw that video, I had to check out your videos, because it just sparked my curiosity. And I watched a bunch of them. I watched how you all interacted with each other. How everybody was saying the same thing that came there through you, not only about South Africa, but with you two and your service. And I mean, that's all I needed to see, because trust is really big for me. So if I feel like I trust you and I trust you both as a couple, then that was good for me. So I contacted, and we just went from there. And I think I came February 7th.
Yeah.
So my birthday's in February, so I wanted to spend my birthday out there, and didn't know what to expect, but I was just confident from the videos that I seen and everybody talking about, you know, the experience, that it was going to be welcoming and everything that I needed. So yeah, it was. I mean, somebody was waiting for me with my name,
Yeah.
you know, and picked me up and got me to my hotel. And that apartment, I'm still thinking about that apartment to this day. Like, like, this how I'm living? Okay.
Yeah.
It's real. It's real. So everything was perfect. The service, all the, you know, tour guides, the guides, everywhere I went was perfect. You know, we had space to just do my own thing on certain days and
Yeah.
every time to explore. And I didn't have to think about anything, so it was perfect. And we did the interview before I left, and I'm like, you know, I'm coming back for 90 days. And all of last year, that was my focus, and I just worked and saved. I didn't do anything but focus on this trip, and just kept in touch. And when I was ready, I made it happen. And I was actually there for 80 days. So,
Yeah. Oh yeah. We know.
yeah. So I mean, this time I actually ended up in Botswana because it was a big storm that day, and so I got a chance to go to Botswana for a few hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my apartment was dope. Just the balcony alone, like, I spent half my time out there, and the view, and it was just enough for me, and just everybody in the building like became my friends.
Yeah.
You know, everybody was just, we got really close, and it took me about 2 weeks to really settle down. You know, after the first week, I was like, okay, it may take a few days just to get reacclimated, but after a week, I was like, I realized how much just stress that was around me, and what it creates is this kind of peripheral mental stress that we don't realize until we leave and we're in a peaceful environment. And I was like, hold on, like, was I this stressed out? You know?
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I had to take time to just sleep a lot and rest. I went to a lot of parks and just absorbed the, you know, surroundings and nature, and that was good. Like, my son was actually there working already since like last September, so that was perfect. Him and his girlfriend met me at at my apartment the first night I got there. So that was cool. Yeah.
So you still like you? You still like?
Oh yeah. Okay. You better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead, keep talking.
Yeah. So
story.
Nah, because I didn't see where I actually was at because I got there at night, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know how close I was to everything. So when I went downstairs, I'm like, I'm gonna go get something to eat. I look to the left. I'm like, I see that black statue, and I'm like, hold on, I know this place. I came to dinner here once, you know? And so I walked around. I was like, oh, this is Rosebank. Oh, wow. And it's like everything is right where I needed it. You know, the mall, the grocery stores. Like, I can walk my trolley. I had to correct myself. Somebody corrected me. I was like, yeah, where are the carts? And she's like, carts? I was like, yeah, the carts. And I was like, she said, trolley? I'm like, oh, yeah, trolley, I'm sorry. So I've learned a lot of terminology since I've been there. And you're able to walk your trolley all the way back up to the building and just leave it there. And it's like attendants that come and get it. And
they find it.
Yeah. You know, it's African service. So, you know, it's lovely. You know, I'm spoiled now. So, like, living here again, it's like, man, I got to drive all the way to the grocery store. You know?
Yeah.
There's really no malls out here that's worth going to. So, yeah, but it was a very, very enlightening experience to know that I could come out there on my own again and live every day and just interact with everybody. And I'm gonna tell you about a lot of places I've been. Like, I got the hookup. Like, so I've been to a lot of places that most tourists don't get to go to.
But you know the funny part about that, you know, like, for example, there are people that pay good money and they go to like a lot of, like, let's say Caribbean, and they go because maybe it's a short trip, maybe it doesn't cost that much, but they end up going. Like I remember times when I went to the DR. Matter of fact, we went to the DR 1,000 years ago, and we was on this resort. Everything is on the resort, so you're not really expected to leave the resort. And most of those resorts in the Caribbean, even Mexico, are kind of the same. And then they kind of like they don't want you to leave. But I had to escape. I escaped. I did. Me, Tasha, and two of my other friends, we went to this restaurant. We asked somebody, hey, we need to get a ride, and this before Uber.
Well before
Uber. way before Uber.
Yeah.
And we went, and we had a great time. That was the best time, just kind of being able to make your own way, but feel safe. Everything's working for you.
Yeah.
And so when we put together our trips, there are people that call us and be like, hey, do I gotta stay? There are people that we put in beautiful hotels and feel like they can't leave the hotel. And I'm like, why you feel like you can't leave the hotel? Well, because normally on vacation we just kind of stay where we supposed to stay. And I'm like, no, that's not the whole point of this. The whole point of this is to be able to explore kind of like you did, because you was here for an extended period of time. We want you to explore, which you did. And so it makes you feel a little bit closer to South Africa because you spent that time, and you have to spend time here, and then you feel comfortable being here, and then you got an opportunity to explore. So you explored.
Yeah, I explored a lot. First, I just started going to the parks. I had put a lot of things on my Google Maps favorites before I got there, just looking around the area. But I didn't know everything was so close. That was the beautiful part. And I mean, the Ubers are super cheap, so I mean, you can pretty much go anywhere around the city. But the parks were cool. Went, I had to go back to Tasha's and eat there a few times, and just explore different, just different neighborhoods and stuff. But on February 4th, I met somebody very significant.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that?
Here we go again.
Here we go.
Yeah. I mean, just
birthday.
Huh?
That's just before your birthday.
Just before my birthday, yeah. Just went out to a lot.
See this comment here that Lucky put on here. Many South African women get charmed by their African American.
Go to a joint and start speaking. You get all the attention.
Oh yeah.
So tell me about this February 4th.
Yeah, so it was a Sunday. I just decided to go to La Parada. I didn't even know it was that close to me, so I walked around there just to get a drink or whatever, maybe appetizer, and just be outside. And so I saw these two women walk past, and one had locks. And I was like, oh, okay. So they walked the other way, so I thought she left. So I just continued what I was doing, and so I walked towards the furs, towards the doors, towards the building, and I saw her sitting there, and so I was like, okay, I have to say something. I got a second chance. So,
He said, I gotta say.
I had to. Okay. Yeah, we joke about it all the time, but so I just commented on her hair, and she heard my accent. She's like, "Where you from?" So that started the whole thing, and from there we was together basically almost every day until I left, because she works right.
But you got here on the 2nd, right?
I got here on January 5th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was February, but okay, no problem.
Yeah, January. So yeah, she's the one that's been showing me around everywhere. I've been to everywhere from Kwai Mai Mai to Mabonang, Braamfontein, Melville, Yeoville. I went to the Market Theater and watched. We saw a play.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. We've been to a lot of places, but it's been a good addition. It's been a good addition to my life, and I'm just grateful. Dr. L, you always put me in the right position to be at my best and to meet the right people. because it's a very Rosebank is a very social place, and
Yeah.
you know it has a lot of personality, and it's just you can go outside and just you're gonna meet somebody's gonna talk to you or whatever. If like you always say, Mark, like if you're open to meeting
Yeah.
people, like you have no choice, really.
Yeah.
So I appreciate just a strategic, positioning that happened for me, and the fact that she works in Rosebank. I mean, it's
It happened to
yeah, it just happened to work in Rosebank. So
That worked out.
yeah, it worked out, and the food is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been to some brides, like deep in the city,
Yeah.
and it's chill. People may think like some places are like, oh, they be kind of sketchy, but like, it's African people. Like we chill, for the most part. Like,
Yeah.
It may look a little rough, but like,
yeah,
we can't be afraid of our people, man.
So I heard you say we. We.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you here for a while, because you came for an extended period of time,
Right.
You start feeling like you're part of this thing.
Exactly.
Nobody really excludes you because like I said, you came on an extended tour because I'm assuming that you really wanted to see what it was really like to be here.
Right.
And so we made sure you had an apartment, made sure you had access to everything that you needed. You're not the first person that we've sorted out that way. And it's not on our website. You just give us a call, say, hey,
Right.
I plan on staying for an extended period of time. We'll set you up for success. Because there are people that are like, oh, am I going to meet any people? Am I going to meet any South Africans? I'm like, the only way you're not going to meet them is if you stay inside and go to sleep the whole time.
Right.
Because you meet people, and you eloquently said, all you got to do is just be outside. Somebody's going to speak to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Like here's this guy. Like I was walking past him. He started speaking to me in Swana. And we had this whole conversation. He's like, they take pictures out there, just asking people to take pictures. So we started talking. He's like, you don't need no DNA test. Like you Swana.
There you go.
He's like, you look like my family members and stuff. So I saw so many people that look like either me or people that I know. Everywhere I went, and it's just you never know who you're gonna meet, and that's my thing. Like that's why I travel as well, is to like I know I'm gonna meet people that we don't even know we're gonna meet each other, but we're gonna become close, and we're gonna know each other and support each other, in the future. So, I mean, even seeing y'all on a video, like I don't usually do stuff like that, But I just saw the realness. And y'all from the South like me, North Carolina. Yeah, good people. Yeah. My son just actually moved to Charlotte, so happy for him. Yeah, but I'm just grateful to know you two and to know all the people that I've got connected through you. And shout out to Asha, because she came through for me. And that's how I saw y'all. That's the only time I saw y'all was with her.
No, you were busy. We were busy.
Yeah.
You was frolicking, it sounds like, anyway.
Yeah. So I just feel like it was bound to happen. I didn't even know she was going to take me over there. But shout out to Asha. She looked out and came through and, had lunch with me and stuff. Took me around.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So did you rest any while you were here? Because it sounds like after the first couple of weeks, you started like roaming around and doing stuff.
Yeah, I was getting kind of antsy, like, okay, I'm here, but I had to be patient. Like, okay, you're here. So just enjoy the apartment, like cook, like Woolworths was my best friend.
Right.
There you go.
I was like, Woolies, like Biltong. Oh, forget about it. Like, I don't even say I'm living without it right now. Like,
and the problem is that you can't take it back because they're going to ask you if you have any like beef and stuff, so you can't take it back. So.
But actually, you could buy it in the airport.
Oh, you could buy it in the airport.
No, I actually took a bag with me. I only took one. Actually, my partner, she was cooking me all kind of traditional meals like mopani
Ooh.
worms, pop,
Yeah.
chicken feet, all kind of stuff. You know, she was making all kind of spinach, and I was like, at first I was cooking a lot, and then she just took over. I'm like, okay, just
Yeah.
I want all the traditional stuff. We was making videos. Like, I was active. I was active out here. Like, I definitely got the most out of my money. Like, my son
course.
had a couple of brides at his apartment. He lived in Santon, only like 10 minutes away. So,
Yeah.
I chilled with him in Cape Town, and him and his girlfriend, and met our moms. There's all kind of stuff happening. I'm like, I'm getting invited places. I'm getting invited to brides. Like, I'm on the beach in Cape Town. I'm just everywhere. Like, so I'm grateful for the whole experience. And it's because of, I mean, yes, I had to make the effort, but if I didn't see that video of you two in front of your house, you know, I wouldn't have been curious. I don't know what I would have done, but I'm glad it was through you two. It was supposed to be. Like attracts like, so I just feel like I was patient enough to wait for the right opportunity, and it just opened up. So for those that are you know, on the fence about traveling in general, like, I see so many people that they may be smart, intelligent, they may have skills or whatever, but like, you're still stuck in a box. You're still like, you only know what you know.
Yeah.
And you can only read so many books, so watch the internet. You got to get out here and feel and touch the ground and talk to the people, eat the food, smell the air. Like, I know I healed myself coming out there, just like physically, mentally, emotionally. Just the ease of, I can just walk outside and it's like I'm surrounded by us, and everybody's chill, everybody's helpful.
Yeah.
You know, you can't feel that through the internet and looking at pictures. Like, and like you said something to me when we was talking outside when we were there. Just keep coming, you know, just take your time, you know, and you two are the best example to me of the transition from one country to another and actually making it a process.
Yeah.
Instead of like trying to jump the gun, you know, because we all grown, we all got responsibilities, and you can't just jump up and leave. If you do, you may be coming back soon. But you really have to like think it through, connect to the right people, and you two are the right people, and everybody you know are the right people. So,
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like I said, we you know, we try to, you know, after, you know, all the years of what we went through, we tried to condense it down and something that people can actually do. And so, like, for example, the experiences that you said, you met people, you got invited to different things, you got all these things happening to you. But just think, I know back in 2012, you was you know, that was a long time ago. 2013, 2015, all these years prior to us even moving here. Every time we came here, we were getting invited to stuff.
Yep.
We was always going to weddings. We were getting invited to everything. I mean, as soon as we popped in town,
They're like, oh, you guys are here. Come here. Come
Right.
here.
Yeah.
We ate more than anything, but like you found out, that's how they fellowship. That's how they socialize. It's going to be over
Right.
some food, a lot of good people, and you get to vibe and learn things and connect with people and make networks. Like, that's the beauty of South Africa to me. If you come here open like you were, everything you're looking for is going to literally fall into place. There's no other way for it to happen.
Yeah. But yeah, you have to be open though. Like, there's no reason. I mean, it's no reason to go anywhere if you're not open, because you're going to meet somebody, and that person may be the perfect person for your life at the time, and you may be like, well, or may be afraid, or, you know, just you're so caught up in other things that you're not really paying attention to what's right in front of you. And I really had time to take my time, and that's why I needed that amount of time to allow myself to breathe. And like, so many times I looked out off that balcony and like, man, I'm in Africa. Like,
Every day.
Every day, like, you know, just watching a thunderstorm sometime at night, like those lightning storms. I'm like,
beautiful,
bro. You get it.
Yeah.
Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You have actually got it, because you know the reason we set it up the way we set it up, because when you, like, for example, let's say it's your first time here, and like a lot of people do, oh, I got some hotel and I got a ride from the airport to the hotel, but I don't have anything sorted for myself. And I know me and Tasha was in Cape Town a few weeks ago, and there was this black couple that was clearly from the U.S. that they sound like us. Yeah. And it was, you know, everybody else had their stuff, you know, people who have booked their tour stuff was getting picked up all day, going every, but they didn't know where they were going. So they had to sit with the concierge and try to figure out where they were going to go. Now, here you are last second trying to figure out something, trying to fit in and whatnot, versus having your stuff already sorted for you, where you're not trying to worry about where am I going to go, how much it's going to cost, what about this, what about that. So when you're not worried about those things, you get to actually just power down. You get to power down and just be like, oh, I just got to be downstairs at 10 o'clock in the morning, ready to go. These types of things. And so you've experienced it, you know, how we operate, but we automatically, guys, we're going to get him back. I think he's coming back now.
Hold up.
He's coming. But so what I was saying was through our, I'm gonna put him back on stage.
Okay. I'm here.
And there he is. No problem. So what I was saying is that's why the people that generally come through us have the chance to actually breathe and see what this place actually is, versus, okay, do you have the Uber app? This Airbnb isn't as nice as it looked in the pictures. They're spending so much time, and then they don't know where they're going, but they think they know because they saw it somewhere in a video. And it's sad that happens, because we know it happens because some of those same people give us a call, or they end up booking trips with us later on. Yeah. And then they say this, you ready? I should have booked y'all the first time.
Yeah.
Amazing. So
because I mean, even the first time, it was like you said, I mean, I didn't, from the ride from the airport to every morning coming downstairs, you know, it's breakfast, I can go to the gym, it's a bar and restaurant down there, it's so many things to do around the area, and we definitely have days where it's full and, you know, but it's still relaxed. It's not like hectic. Yeah. You know, nothing in Africa is like, it seems like it moves at a fast pace anyway. So it's like, you're going to be chilling. You're going to be talking to the driver, the guide, and you're going to be having a good time, because it's not like you're going to work. It's not like they're taking you to your job. You're going somewhere where you want to go, and you're going to have a good time. You're going to come back, and there's more stuff to do when you come back. You know, like, you can do anything you want when you get back too.
Exactly.
So I've been chilling in like little whiskey bars by myself, or a little lounge where they got a DJ, and or chilling in the lobby. Somebody invited me, like, one night. I came back late, and it's like, oh, I like your outfit. Like, come drink with us. And they just like, I'm just sitting with them. I don't know these people from anywhere, and I'm sitting with them all night till the bar closed, and I go back upstairs and. Next day is my birthday, you know. So
what a way to bring the birthday in.
Right. The first trip is very important.
It's extremely important.
It's extremely important, because if you get the first trip wrong, you may, depending on your mindset, you may blame a lot of things that shouldn't be blamed, and you may not come back or make a negative video because you didn't plan properly. So, like, this message should spread, and you're gonna grow, and you're gonna grow exponentially, because a lot of people over here are waking up, and I'm trying to tell people, like, y'all sleeping on South Africa, y'all. I mean, anywhere in Africa is cool, like you said, but we need to come here. We need to. Well, I'm not there, but
I know how you feel.
I hear it. They're like, I'm listening to you talk like you really are feeling some kind of way about not being here.
Tasha, he never left
Yeah.
He's never left. He's over at the botanical
I'm
garden.
still there. I'm still there for sure. I'm still there. And I talk to someone from there every day, so I'm still there. But I'm glad you all. I was thinking earlier. I'm glad you all reached out at this time because I don't know about April. Like I was still going through it. I was still going. I was going through the transition. Like, okay, am I really back here? Like,
that transition.
Yeah, like, wow.
How are you feeling when you
I'm
first
feeling. I felt confused a little bit. Like I know I was back, but I didn't go back to work for like maybe almost 2 weeks.
Wow.
I needed to rest and sleep, but I mean, it still was like surreal. Like, why am I here? Like, I was just looking out my balcony the other day,
Yeah.
cooking dinner, and now I'm here. But
it's every day.
Exactly, and drinking a lot of wine.
Yeah.
I got into wine heavy. But,
Fair enough.
You got a favorite?
What's his name? Baschendorf, I think.
Okay.
You know about that?
Yeah.
After I found that, it was a wrap. Like I had that pretty much every day. But I had like several that I started off with. I can't think of them right now, but I mean, they all were good. And I drank a bottle of wine here from Trader Joe's the other day. I really wanted to throw it away. I was like, what is this?
There's nothing like a South African wine.
Yeah, welcome to South Africa.
Nothing.
Yeah. So all I can say is, if you have the means or we spend money on what we want to spend money on, right?
True.
Especially here. So much money wasted on things, and things are super expensive here. So it's like, if you're going to spend money, you might as well go somewhere where you're going to be at peace. You're going to be surrounded by yourself, by Black people, and not only South Africans, but Africans from all over the continent.
Yeah.
And you get to hear a different perspective. You get to like feel a different way. And we really don't understand what freedom is. We think it's like money and having more stuff.
Yeah.
And we see what happens when that happens, when you have more stuff and you don't change your perspective or your mindset. It quickly leaves you and you get caught up in controversy. So I just feel like if we work this hard to have money over here, we should spend it with ourselves. We should come and check out what's over here, because like I've been telling people, and you always say it too, every time I come there, it's not us on the plane.
Yeah.
About 5 of us. So, but when you get here, it's all of us.
Yeah.
So,
as soon as you land, it's a wrap. Let me ask you this. Now, you spend a little bit of time here in the country. I know how I feel, but keep in mind that just recently we just hit 30 years, and I say we hit 30 years of democracy here in South Africa.
All right.
How do you feel the people have done in those 30 years based on what you see here in South Africa?
You can just look at the infrastructure alone. You can look at, it was something at Constitution Hill called Heritage Day or something.
Yeah.
And so, we went and had a good time, but there was a panel that they were talking about, the issues and things, and just hearing the young people speaking on things and their perspective and the political landscape. And I just see people, having a higher perspective on how they want things and how actually things are going. And even watching TV, watching some of the shows, watching the news, the movies, the entertainment out here, the vibe, the art scene, the music scene, it's lit. It's all the way on. And they're proud of their country. They're proud of their language. They're proud of their culture. They're proud of their food. They're proud of everything. And you see it in the vibrancy, of everything that they do. And
we
I love it.
We call that proudly South African.
Exactly.
We say that a lot here. I'm proudly South African. Yeah. So one day I will be a South African. No, it's playing. But at the end of the day, being here is very special. So I'm happy for everyone who has the opportunity to come, especially those that here you are. People are very smart, but they don't understand South Africa, and they decide to trust us with their trips. I mean, people bring their families, and they're putting their families' hands, well-being in our hands. Especially when they come with children. I take that very seriously. So that's why we got to make sure everything is on point when people come. When women come by themselves, because sometimes we get single women, they come. A great question they ask about the safety, and then we make sure that they're put in a great spot. So when you was here, did you feel safe?
I felt safe, very safe. I had a lot of talks with Uber drivers and stuff, and they want to come to America and they want to see this and see that, and I'm like, that's cool, but I'm like, I want to be here. I was like, whatever you're going through, it's 10 times worse here. Especially when you don't know the country. So I would say, it's the safest I felt at any time, because I'm around my people, and I understand the culture somewhat, of Ubuntu and just African culture in general.
Correct.
It's welcoming, and it's very hospitable. Yeah. So that's specifically why I wanted to come there, because I want that feeling every day. I want to walk outside and know, like, it's peace.
Correct.
It's love and it's accommodation, and we can treat each other with respect, and you can go about your day and don't really have to, like, think about the things we think about here.
Yeah.
I try not to think about it, because I have a higher perspective on it, and I feel like I'm protected. But you still have to think about it.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's police everywhere. It's things going on every day. I'm like, do I really live here? Is this like the alternative universe or something? Because, like, I don't experience this in my day, but I know it's happening around me.
Yeah.
And it's just a weird feeling, even though it's like my life particularly is not stressful. It's things that's going on around me that's very stressful.
Correct.
And it's election season as well, so you know how that goes.
Yeah.
So so I just vibe on where I see myself, and I see myself there. I see South Africa as my home base, and I can go anywhere from there, but I need to live that way on a regular basis. And I feel like on this trip,
no, it's going to happen. It's one of those things, and that's why we always tell people they need to do proper trips. Make sure you do everything, and then you can. What's going to happen is this: it's going to be very difficult to let it go. Like where you are right now, you're not going to let it go.
He's not letting it go.
No, you can't. You can't. No, you can't. Think about it. I know this is 2024. I know this, but this woman here and this man here, we was a lot younger.
Yeah.
A lot younger. I had no gray. I was smooth. I was smooth. That. And we both were sitting there just like you said, man.
How can I figure this out?
How can we get over there? But not kill ourselves to get there.
Like what's the
exactly?
But how can we get there? So we plotted. We literally plotted and planned against the system. We was like, what is that immigration act? Let me read that. Let me read that thing 50 times. How do I? And then, like you said, you met people. We met tons of people. We fellowship with a boatload of South Africans that helped us along the way to get things done. And so I always give my praise to South Africans, because, here I am. I'm supposed to be in the land of the free, home of the brave, but I didn't feel that way. I only felt it here. Yeah. She felt the same way. So our South Africans, came together. We all came together, kumbaya, at the airport. You know, hey, Mark, you need to ride to the airport? No, I'm good. I'll meet you at the house, type thing.
Yeah.
And we would, you know, every time we showed up, there would always be a little bra situation.
Always.
You know, you got to throw a little bra situation.
Gotta put some meat down your throat.
Yeah, that just
exactly.
And but in time, it happened. And then when we got here in 2018, and they asked us the obvious question, "How long are you here for?"
Ooh, we got to say, we ain't gotta leave. We here.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. We're like, congratulations! We're so happy you finally made it.
So just continue to do what you're doing. Use the time in between, like we did, to get closer to South Africa.
Keep coming back.
Build your relationship with South Africa. It ain't gonna happen overnight.
Right.
That's something that you have to do. I can't do it for you. You know, I can guide you and say, hey, if I was you, I would talk to more South Africans.
But he's already doing it.
Yeah, because you're gonna we say that because they're the ones that's actually going to assist you, you know, to give you the motivation to do what you got to do. Because you mentioned earlier, I think you kind of changed your spending habits, you saved a little bit more, whatever you need to do to get here on a full-time basis. So it's very interesting. And by the way, somebody asked, they wanted to see your shirt.
Oh, I was going to show my shirt, actually. I was going to represent.
Show your shirt.
Yeah. South Africa, baby. You know, I had to represent today, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That shirt.
Yeah. Hey, man. You know, everything you said is correct. And I think you all's journey has expedited other people's journey because you were able to show things to do, things not to do, you know, your resources that you have. But I'm still going to take my time because my time is my time.
It's yours.
And I'm just going with the flow. You know, I'm in a certain flow right now. Even coming back here, even though I didn't want to be here, it's still, I could tell like I've changed. I could tell I've elevated in a lot of ways because everything has been opening up for me here as well.
Yeah.
You know, everything's been pretty easy. And I can feel other aspects of myself emerging. And I was able to have time to not work, to not think about work. Even though I love what I do, but still just to not physically or mentally think about that and just walk amongst the people, take Uber rides, go here, go there, have all these different conversations and hear a non-American approach to something, to hear a non-American way of looking at the world, whatever it is, and just broaden my perspective, let some things go. I've even let go of some old relationships, you know, very, you know, and I kind of don't really feel any way about it because I feel like we all go our own way in life and I appreciate those people, but you know, where I'm going, I don't even know exactly where it's at. Totally. We don't know at all, but I know where I'm going. You know, I can see the road clearly. And you know, you two are part of my journey and a significant part, and I appreciate everything. And I know you say it's a grassroots movement, and it is. And I feel like I'm grateful and proud to be a part of it. And I'm a rep, you know, the company. I'm a rep U2 and rep South Africa, you know, as much as I can. To those who are willing to listen. And we're gonna continue to show love to the country and to the continent. And I think it's a real exodus going on. And you two are leading the way in your way, and I appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome. Let me just give you your diagnosis. Because it happened to me and nobody understood it. I used to tell people 2015, about 2016, I stopped talking about it because everybody they were just over the top. They couldn't understand. And your diagnosis is, you know, they call us African American, but we know everything about that American side. You know, we can talk about the Constitution, all the stuff that we need to know as Americans, but we don't know anything about that African side. We really don't, besides what they tell us, which is enough to carry around. So at the end of the day, you're just becoming more African. Then
for sure,
you're just becoming more African, and
for sure,
most people who you are don't understand that. I can tell you in my case, I ended up, because there's a lot of Ghanaians in Northern Virginia. I spent more time, for some odd reason, I spent more time with Ghanaians than I was spending with Americans that were in the same city. But we were all there at the same time, but I didn't walk past them. But then once I became more African, I would stop, I would talk. Yeah. We would get together, we would hang out, we would go to dinner. They'd come in my house, we helped each other in business. That was with Africans. It wasn't with the African Americans, but I couldn't have done that until I spent more time in Africa. And I accepted it, and I became more African. So that's where I am right now. So that's what I can say. You're becoming more African. Enjoy.
Oh yeah, every day, every chance I get, and I mean it's happening. It's happening. I mean it's a process, and I'm willing to take the journey. And I don't think I can get off the journey. I don't think I can get off. I think it's a part of my journey. I have to be there. I have to live there, and I know I'll get my chance to document, more things as I travel more. And I'm not gonna rush it and try to be a YouTuber or nothing. But it's whatever it's going to start to slowly emerge. And with my partner, I feel like we can do some good things, and it's the beginning stages of a lot, and I'm just grateful to be on this journey. A lot of people don't get to travel. A lot of people don't get to come to Africa. A lot of people don't want to come to Africa. I'm grateful that I was raised to appreciate and respect Africa and African culture, and I'm grateful that I had a chance to be there, because I'm like, wow. Like, I'm here, like people don't understand that. Like, they just think it's what they see on TV. And it's like, even if you see the best of it on TV, like you can't see what you really need to see until you get here. Yeah. And whoever you're going to meet is going to change your life. And you're going to change your life because you're going to have to change your perspective, because you've seen something different. You've tasted something different. You've experienced something different, and you're going to have to think about things a different way. So it's not for everybody. It's just the bottom line. It's not for everybody, but for those that really have the urge to do it, please do it. And please book with The Real South Africa. Thank you. And they're growing, and you see the type of clientele that they have, and the people that come through them, and the people that trust them. So I mean, it's a no-brainer. So just book the trip, and you're not gonna waste your money, and you're gonna experience something that you can't even imagine on the inside. So please do it.
Well, sir, we're really coming on, letting everybody know your story and what you have seen and whatnot. Obviously, you'll be back, and of course, when you come back, obviously let us know or whatever, how we work this thing out. And then, like I said, I always tell people there's levels to this thing. There's levels, and you're early on, but eventually you're going to be ready to take the next step. Right. And we would love to be able to see it.
Yes, I mean, you have to see it because you're a part of it, and to me, your family. So I look forward to continue to travel there, to build relationships, learn the culture, and just immerse myself, and let that be my home base. So I feel like I'm a bridge to people who don't even know they want to come here yet. Yeah. But I have to take that lead, through my family, through, friends, through whoever is watching me, and do what I have to do so they can walk that bridge. Like, you're helping me walk this bridge now, Like
Yeah.
you all built a solid bridge, and a lot of people are walking across that bridge to either live there, travel there, tell people about it. So I feel like I'm starting the framework of my bridge to allow people to have access to a higher standard of living, and to where they don't have to think about who they are anymore, and they can just be themselves and be amongst love and freedom, and just have a peace of mind. Because in my field of work, like people, they have migraines every day. They have stressful days, you know, and they make a lot of money. They have nice things, but they're not happy with those things because they're stressed out. And I wanna be another bridge to where we can find some relaxation and some peace of mind. You know. So thank you too for being that bridge and that link. And you know, don't stop doing what you're doing. You know, I know it's a lot of work, but like y'all seem like y'all having fun. Y'all make it look fun, and y'all gonna make sure y'all do what y'all want to do, and make it look inviting. And because it is inviting, that's why y'all doing it.
Exactly.
You know, so thank you, and you'll definitely see me in person soon.
Absolutely. Bring your butt home. I already hear you talking about. Bring your butt home.
Yeah, I'm coming.
All right.
Sooner than you think.
All right. See you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
I will. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely.
No problem. Bye-bye.
All right. Peace, family. Peace.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that testimony. Don't leave. We got a little bit more to bring to you, but don't leave. But obviously we met him, several times and whatnot, and of course we got Shalise and Tony from Atlanta. They came with us as well. So thanks for
Shalise and Tony
for popping in, and whatnot. But it is a journey. It isn't nothing overnight, but don't worry about it. South Africa will always be here. And like I said, we could have easily came here and got lost in the mix. It's very easy, but we slow it down. And it is funny, as he mentioned, people are on this hamster wheel, and they're really, they're doing a lot, and we know you are. Because we were those that were doing a lot.
I was a good hamster.
Best hamster in the world.
Best hamster that you will ever see.
Yeah, and when you are a business owners like we were in the United States, here too, but especially there for 10 years, our calves were big. But we were, trying to make payroll, trying to do all this stuff, and keep people employed and all this stuff. It was difficult. So, but like I said, we never left anybody behind. And so here, now that we're here, we could have got off and didn't do anything, but we decided that we wanted to be, part of the solution. And that's what we're doing.
Yep. And to be part of that solution, obviously we started a tourism company. And doing that is the way that we try to open up your eyes, open up the possibilities for you to see the opportunities that are here in South Africa. And it has nothing to do with I know a lot of people are moving, but it has nothing to do with that. Yeah. It's really about coming to visit South Africa, come as a tourist, come properly as a tourist, come and actually feel that peace and relaxation that you just heard Claude talk about. And South Africa will give that to you as long as you come here to her properly. If you come to her sideways, trust me.
She gonna give you the side eye.
She will let you know that you came in sideways. But if you come to her properly, she will wrap her arms around you and show you things that you need that you didn't even know you needed. And that's what she did for us. I wasn't aware that I knew I was stressed, working and being a business owner in the US. But I didn't know how stressed I was
until
we got here. And I'm saying this because I remember my first visit.
Yeah.
And I remember landing, and I remember feeling a physical weight come off my neck. They're like, "Oh, that's just the plane." No, that wasn't it. And feeling that weight come off and starting to cry because I was here and not understanding what I was feeling, and then talking to my host family here in South Africa, and then having it rain the night we got here. So between my tears, the ancestors' tears, it was like, this is something big, and you need to really look into that feeling that you're having.
Yeah.
And the more we explored it, it was like, South Africa.
Yeah.
South Africa.
Yeah. So let me switch gears a little bit, because we do. Let me tell you, first of all, we've gotten so many inquiries, especially during when Field Group was here, about the real estate tour.
Oh yes.
The real estate tour is I'm trying to tell you, those that's been on the real estate tour will tell you, you're going to see a lot of properties. Don't be thinking in your mind, I'm looking for a specific house in a specific neighborhood. Be open, because you're going to see houses that in your mind, you're going to be like, this is too big. It's 9,000 square feet. It's 10,000 square feet. And you're going to see everything in the middle, all the way down to 1-bedroom apartments that you might want to look at as an investment, because and things that haven't been built yet, but they're going to be offered to you because you're part of our group. They're going to say, hey, we're building the next phase, but since you're part of the real estate tour with the Real South Africa, you get to get first dibs on these apartments. You might want to live in it. You might want to rent it out. And they got programs for that as well. Keep in mind, as far as what you're going to learn, trust me, if you haven't bought property in the Republic of South Africa, then you don't know. So that's why we bring you in for a whole day, and we bring in all the experts, and they break it down for you and let you know this is how it works. These are the experts, right? So with that being said, that's important, because now that's going to open your eyes up to what you can actually buy, what you can actually afford, and so forth. And you're going to be talking to the experts. And we keep the numbers low as far as the amount of people on that trip. It's like 35, because if we had 100 people, which we probably could do, then you would not get service. There'll be some people just sitting over in the corner, wish they can get access, but the people that are a little bit more aggressive are going to be over there saying, hey, how do I get this? How do I get that? So we keep the numbers where we like to, so you can get access to property. And then to move it, all these people around in these different locations, 35 people.
Logistically,
it's the best. Yeah, but it's the best. So that's just a snippet, but you're going to see everything. Now, keep in mind that when you come on the real estate tour, you're coming to see real estate from 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Where we're going to have you, you're going to be able to have the rest of the afternoon to go explore. So we don't lock you in. You can go do whatever you got to go do. So if you want to say, hey, that's some people you just met, because we like to do a reception as well, because you guys don't know each other. So we put you in a space where you guys can have a great reception. And I'm trying to tell you, the reception always just, everybody gels because you're drinking. That's what's happening. And I know it. So with that being said, then you start going out. A lot of your meals are covered. The stuff that you're doing, all the shopping, you're going to be able to do. So you're going to get a real good idea of what South Africa is while you're looking at homes, while you're talking to the brokers and the developers of these locations. You're not just talking to the real estate agents. You're talking to the decision makers, and they make sure that they take care of you because you're with the Real South Africa. 100%. So that's important, because we make a nice little healthy bubble for you to exist in. And then once you leave, let's say, you know what, I didn't say anything I like, which is never going to happen.
Right.
Because we're spoiled for choices here. We got too many choices. What's going to happen is you have a face, a name, they know who you are. You can reach back to them anytime. And we got people from the first real estate tour 2 years ago that are still in the mix. And then we got people who bought property from the first and the second class, who bought property here in South Africa and are living their best lives. Either they're renting it, or they are locking it up and leaving and coming back, or they are, whatever they want to do is theirs. And it could, that property can pass down to their families as the years go on, because you actually own the property. It's in your name. So with that being said, it is an amazing opportunity because of the dollar is extremely strong right now, and so your money goes pretty far. It goes real far, actually. So you will be shocked what happens now. You may not understand this whole process now, but those that came on the real estate tour, and that's why we always talk about the real estate tour, because it's a very unique opportunity to have everybody, the people who actually do your closing documents, who actually puts their homes in your name, are going to be in the room, and they're going to tell you exactly how it's going to work and everything. So it's just an amazing opportunity. No, and I'm gonna say it to you like this: there is nobody in the United States that's what's the word I want to say, that's doing anything like this for those of Black Americans. They're not doing it. Nobody's doing these things. And you must understand that it's not happening for us there, but it can happen here. And but we're doing it. So it's going to be us. It's going to be us Black Americans taking care of other Black Americans to make sure that everything works out really, really, really well. Okay. So that's just that in a nutshell. I'm not even going to talk about at the end when you both are looking at each other, especially when these husband and wives come, and y'all like debating on what house y'all want to put y'all money
staying
on.
up all late,
staying up all
having conversations.
Yep. Calling the realtor saying, hey, is that house still available? Can we do this? Can we do that? It's happening all the time. It happens all the time. Okay. But what's going to happen is, because we like these people that are coming and we like you guys, we're going to whisk you off to some place where you're going to be fighting. You're going to be like, I don't want to go. I don't want to leave this nice hotel. I love this hotel. I love this place. And because the people from the second real estate tour heard me say this: get in the vehicles so we can leave.
They're like, but can we just stay here a few minutes? It's like, no,
we're leaving.
We're leaving.
Yep. So then we end up taking them out to what we call a safari lodge. And of course, people are like, I don't want to go out there. I don't want to see the animals.
Man.
And ... Well, they get out there, and there's a video, I think the video that I did maybe about a month ago or less, that's showing all of them leaving. Sad. They did not want to leave that place. I'm only telling you.
Sad.
So all I can say to you is this: the real estate tour, we still have some slots available. It's filling up fast, and it's amazing. All I can say is, if you can get on that tour, because we've had people on the last tour, on the real estate tour, that was, I'm 40-40.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to impress me, but they just wanted to see. And then
it was so much fun.
Yeah.
It was so much
just
fun.
watching the faces as they were walking into some of these places. Like, for example, this, like we took people to the spa last year, because there's a spa at the Safari Lodge. and Lazarus is saying, oh my God, the spa at the Safari Lodge. Yeah,
we won't talk about you, Laz. We know you hogged all of the spots.
Yes. So we do what we can to make sure that you guys have an amazing time. So look at that, and especially if you, even if you're young and you're like, you know what, I'm only like 30 years old.
Yeah.
Look at those properties that are giving out great returns. Those lock up and goes, those things that you can own and lease and make money off of, and never live in it. I know those are things that we don't get the opportunity to do in the United States.
Well, there are things that we don't really talk about either.
Yeah.
And not as someone in their 30s, they're not looking at investment properties. And if they are looking at investment properties, it's putting them out a little bit. But here, an investment property as a 30-year-old, you can buy multiples and start thinking of ways to make money. So
yeah,
it's definitely something you should look into as a young person.
Yep. And then of course, listen, our packages, let me tell you about the packages. Our packages are amazing, and we know they are because we've done all of them. We don't put you in stuff that we ain't been to. You know, there's people telling us to go to Gaherba, which is Port Elizabeth. Go here, go there, go to Bloemfontein. Like I see the comments where South Africans are telling us where to go. They don't realize we don't probably been there like 3 times. We don't do videos of everywhere because sometimes because we are in South Africa, we like to enjoy ourselves as well. So we put the cameras down and we go eat dinner and we go here, we go there. And I can say South Africa has a whole lot to offer. A whole lot. I can't stress it enough. And so we do travel a lot. We like to get in our cars and go. There's like for example, in Johannesburg, we have OR International, OR Tambo International Airport. But then we got Lanseria, which is another airport. And then there's maybe one other, I don't know, I can't remember. I know those are the 2 that we fly out of. And we can fly all over the country, and even the southern region, just out of those airports. So everything is available. But come on your first trip to South Africa, pick one of our packages. You will not be disappointed. And then if you there's a lot of people that asked us about Victoria Falls. You know, everybody, trust me, for the last 2 years, we want to go to Victoria Falls. Do y'all do that? And we would say no. Right. But now we say yes, because now you only need about 4 days in Victoria Falls. And we got a package that whatever package you pick, whatever one you pick, you can add Victoria Falls to it. Add 4 days and just click it right when you check out. You're on your way to Victoria Falls. You ain't got to worry about nothing. We're going to even get your flight from Johannesburg to Victoria Falls back. I mean, good Lord, you don't have to do anything. And then, of course, all your activities, everything is there. So, yeah, everything is cool. Sorry I'm talking kind of fast. My nose is kind of stopped up as well. Somebody, Seppo.
Yeah, he's looking out for you.
He said, hey, right now we are going into fall.
Yeah.
In Fahrenheit, it was like 78 today. But just a few days ago, it was like in the upper 80s. So the weather's changing. So everybody's going through. And yes, I had limited ginger, and that's why I'm able to even get this far. But we really appreciate everyone coming to the live. I keep saying it, we're going to do more lives, and we will. And I know there's a lot of people that's been on our trips that want to do a live. They do. We just haven't had the time because we are constantly doing tourism stuff. We're going to Durban to do that and whatnot. So, and I really want to stress this before we get off the air or the internet,
whatever
the Wi-Fi, that we are part of the tourism here in South Africa. That's why we're going to the Indaba. They know who we are. So I know that we don't get advertising and marketing to the U.S. market as well as we should. That's okay. We always take care of ourselves. So we're going to take care of ourselves. And so that's what we are doing. We want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to come and enjoy what we see. And so that's what we're doing. So we're going to go there. We might even do a live while we're out there and so forth. So it works. Let me see. Somebody wrote this comment. We are also looking for a home with about 2 hectares of land, but we are definitely moving to SA and traveling with your tour group.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate that.
Yep. And
we'll be right here when you're ready.
Yeah, and that'll be an easy thing to find and so forth. So is there anything else you want to add, Tasha?
Last thing I'm gonna add.
The
last thing I'm going to add is we have started our visa services again.
Oh, yeah.
So for those of you that are near retirement age, or if you just want to see if you qualify for a visa, we do have free consultations. To start that process, just to have a conversation with someone, just go to outreach at therealsouthafrica.com and someone will get in contact with you. But there's been a lot of hubbub about visas and misinformation and just figuring out, the process. And because like we said earlier, we read the Immigration Act, 1,000 ways forwards and backwards. There's still nuances, and
it's constantly changing as well.
It is constantly, and we're not immigration experts, but we have partnered with someone that is. They've been doing it for over 30 years. They've got a really good track record. So we just wanted to bring that to you guys, that if you just, are interested in what visa options we have available for you, then send that email again to outreach@therealsouthafrica.com, and we will see if we can get you sorted. Maybe if not this year, maybe next year you'll be ready, but they will at least have the conversation with you so you can see what your options are.
Yeah, it will definitely let you know what you have to do, and then what's next, and then or what you have to do to get qualified, or whatever the case may be. But I will say this: the immigration is changing here all the time. But constantly talking about it. Keep in mind, this is a new country. They got 30 years of track record as far as what they do. However, we do have a dog in the hunt here at the Real South Africa. So what we want to do is try to hedge those bets and bring it to you guys, like Tasha said, and then send us the email, and then we will see what we can do to see if you do qualify. For a visa, and if you do, then that's just one extra thing that you don't have to worry about, and you be pretty sure that everything will be proper when it comes to that. So, any questions, any comments, opposing viewpoints? Okay, I see a couple of things. Let me see. Okay, Gary Lalana, we are near 70 years old. You're fairly young, because we have a lot of people that come that are way older than you guys, and they're coming for their very first time and whatnot. So let's take a look at that. Obviously, you could send an email. This brother right here, Eddie Eyes from Philadelphia. Eddie Eyes, he's from Philadelphia. I was going to contact you about that visa, so thanks for mentioning it. Yeah, just send us an email to outreach@therealsouthafrica.com, and then we will start, try to push things in the correct direction. Let me explain something to you as well. This isn't America, and I really want to say that because I don't see any flags. But I'm saying that to say that I know in America, like, for example, if you're going to go do something, if they say 1 week, then you expect it 1 week or 2 weeks or 5, whatever they say. This is South Africa. It doesn't always work that way, unfortunately, but you have to apply. You have to apply. So I know the biggest question, how long is it going to take?
Don't ask that.
Yeah, it goes on. It is what it is, okay? So you got to have some grace and have a little bit of patience, because if you go look at the U.S. immigration process, which if you're a U.S. citizen, you don't know it. Right. But trust me, those guys have been waiting for years. So anyway, we're going to leave it there. We really appreciate you guys, and we hope to see you guys where?
Here in
sunny South Africa.
Good night, guys.